Deidre and Eric Dunlap, we did pay for some of the training in both. Eric a lot more than some. We actually helped him achieve his level 4 status, and within the first week of being level 4, he abandoned the city of Taylor. So, I mean, we are a little bit gun shy about paying for them to achieve certifications. We want them to be trained, but we want to be careful about how we do it. I would rather encourage them, and once they get there, offer them an increase, motivate them that way, than always necessary funding the training itself. So it's a juggling act. I mean, you have to train them. We can't leave Jerry without trained staff. But in terms of the strategy, one of the things that we did, back to Tim's question about are we going to keep them, when we moved Paula over, she is a vested long-term union employee.
Yeah.
The likelihood of her leaving is not very good. And we did give her a raise also when we brought her over. So that we did address that recently, because she's only been there less than a year, right?
Correct. 8 months.
8 months. So we did give her an increase when she came over. But she is, I would suspect, not as inclined to leave and abandon the seniority that she has. It could be. I mean,
These people need like a retention bonus for 9 or 12 months after they get a certain accreditation. If they get to a 3 or they get to a 4, we'll pay them a bonus in 6 to 8 months, give them a reason to stay.
Yeah. The one that really frustrated me was Eric. Eric was, you know, I mean, all intentions were that he communicated that he's going to stay, work under Jerry, and then literally the WCAA, they were, I think they were at his graduation waiting.
With the flowers. They topped my salary when they offered him, so he couldn't refuse.
Right.
It's tough to blame him for sure. I mean, young family.
Yeah.
He had to do what was necessary there, which is unfortunate because he's very smart.
He is.
And he's taking WCA into a new.
So he's at with Wayne County Appraisal, not the airport, right?
Correct.
And I think WCA is now handling all assessing for Wayne County now.
Yes and no. So you're thinking right. You've heard correctly.
Just full of corrections.
What's going on with WCA is they've taken over all the commercial industrial appraisals for the sales studies and ECF studies that Wayne County used to do, but their staff all retired and they don't have staff to do it.
Right.
So WCA is contracted with Scott Vandermerkel, the EQ director, and the county executive. So, so Eric is now in charge of that program. So
You're not leaving us, are you?
he's done
Now we know where he lives.
We'll find you.
yes, Eric's done very well, and I applaud him for it. I have to.
Just a quick question, maybe. You know how police departments today, a lot of police departments, in order to get on police departments, you have to sign an agreement that after so many years that they send you to school, you have to agree to
They
X
stay for
amount
like
of
up to
years.
5 years after or
Right.
something, I've seen that,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, they do that now.
They do it, but they're not enforceable.
Yeah.
POAM actually contested one of them recently, and the city lost. You can't make somebody stay somewhere. You can encourage them, but they're just not, they're difficult. I don't want to say they're not enforceable,
But
they're difficult to enforce.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did look at that as well, and we just got to a point to where I couldn't in good confidence bring that to you guys and say that this is going to work. I mean, it might work, but it was just a strategy at best.
Could you, and in some way, like if we invest all this money, could they pay it back if they don't stay for
Well, that was what we were trying to do. They either had to stay for a period of time, or if they left, they had to pay a prorated amount back.
Exactly.
And what the determination was that we couldn't necessarily do either. I mean, I don't know all the details of the agreement, you know, that agreement may have been watered down, but we just got to a point to where, you know, we were looking at it saying, let's incentivize them to do as much on their own as they can, and then we'll reward them with a higher compensation. So, you know, that's the carrot. You want to make more money, you know, right.
I was going to reference the potential for a clawback, but it would sound like even if we did that, I don't know how much the city spent to train this guy, but if he doubled his salary going to WCA, he probably, I mean, we would have gotten money back, maybe, but we still would have lost the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And let me be real honest with you. I mean, I don't want to get too hung up on the assessing department and the training, because it's not a lot of money. I mean,
Right.
it's the principle more than anything that I struggle with. It's not, these are not big dollar amounts. We're not saying we're not going to do it ever. I mean, we got to surround Jerry with people that can, you know, that he allows him to run the department adequately. And I think we have that in John and Paula. And even the co-op has been valuable. I'm sorry, Jerry, what is his name?
Alan.
I knew you'd correct me anyway.
Alan.
He didn't say anything.
Andy.
But we probably are still one person short there.
Well, you're an assessor for, right?
I am.
That's the highest you can go?
Correct.
Let me ask you on this question, what keeps you here?
He likes the mayor.
You know, that's a fair question.
Because I'm sure you could get a lot of money out of other places.
My salary is low
Can
compared
you
to others.
gavel, Tim?
You know, when Mayor Salas invited me over to work for him 3 years back, he asked me if I was using Taylor as a stepping stone. I think it was almost his direct words. And I said, Mayor, I'll be here as long as you're the mayor. And so, you know, could I leave? Of course I could. Anyone,
But you're a Boy Scout, you won't
anyone can.
Yeah.
But I also see Taylor, I know what I inherited 3 years ago, which was just a mess. I'll be polite. And we had part-time assessing, we had a part-time assessor, and somewhat adequate staff. And then all my good staff got hired away, but I still saw a vision of Taylor that I can turn this ship, I can straighten it out. And that was my vision that I sort of promised Mayor Salas, is that I'll turn the ship around and I'll get it straight.
Ship.
I know.
Make sure you clarify that.
I have been listening closely on the second
I turned the P at the end of my word.
You did turn this around.
So I still see that as a goal of mine. We have righted residential. I say righted it, in other words, we corrected several of the flaws in residential, but there's still quite a bit to do in residential. We have corrected industrial. We've appeased 2 of the 3 items in the commercial AMR report. Got my land values correct, and I took myself off of override, which is a long process, a lot of nights. But that's been done. Now we're focusing on in the 3rd hurdle of the commercial, which is establishing ECF districts and correcting the commercial plat work law. And that's the mandate of the state tax commission. And with I think it can be done. It's a difficult project, but I'm confident in myself and my staff that we know what needs to be done. And it's my goal to certify the role properly, which is what I intend to do.
And just so you guys are aware, we have had ads out for a level 2, level 3, and we even went to a level 4 assessor. Not in any desire to replace Jerry, but in trying to get qualified people in here to support Jerry. And unfortunately, because of the likes of the WCAs and all the other communities out there that have the same need, we haven't had a lot of luck. But we'll continue to try to fill that with qualified people. There will be, I mean, there always is opportunistic, situations where somebody leaves and Jerry will find out about it, and it gives us the ability to try to reach out to that person and at least bring them in for an interview or discussion.
But we're not budgeting for that.
We're budgeting for one person though, right?
So if we hire them, we will likely bring back a budget amendment,
Oh,
but
okay.
we are still actively shopping it. But it's been on the market, Jerry, for what, 6 months, 8 months? We've had it in and out of different postings.
In and out of different ones. Yeah, from talking to Sheila, I don't know if it's posted currently.
Okay.
It was, I agree. I don't know if it's on
We'll double check with
the
her.
current website or not.
Yeah, we'll double check.
Are you in TGM?
Yeah.
Okay.
finance person to teach him as well. He has one that will.
That would be Paul and Fisher.
Yep.
Correct. I think we covered, where I left off was the 725, my board review. We did meet for 3 days this week in March under state requirement. And compensation, I think $100 per day for three people times 3 days, so that's $900.
Yeah.
So we will be paying them for that because they work it and
Right.
it doesn't show on the current because it hasn't hit the, haven't given to Jason to pay them. But we pay them roughly $900 for the month of March for 3 people. And then I have 2 days, one in July, one in December, where we do $50 per day stipend. So 3 people, $150 times 2, that's $300. So what 1,200 is what we spend annually. We always buffer it again more as we already beat up. The last several years, my board reviews have been quiet because there's nothing a lot of appeal. Before I got here, or here I got here, there was 6-7 days worth of appeal. But the values have now stabilized and so my appeals have been low. We've been fortunate. I think we righted the residential class, which taxpayers now see the values are where they belong.